relax as the fall. Oh, the other thing I want to talk to you about, which probably you don't care
Oh,
about, but I'm glad
oh
I
God, and
remembered.
my neck got hurt from
Oh,
that.
did I jolt you back? Are you going to be watching and or paying for or maybe streaming for free the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight next Saturday?
Oh, that thing.
That thing. Do you have any interest whatsoever in it? Because I know you're not a big combat sports guy, but this is kind of transcending mainstream a little bit, just because boxing tends to do that more than mixed martial arts. I mean, they'll be big, UFC fights. And Connor's been kind of the guy that's brought in the casual audience in the last couple of years outside of like a Ronda Rousey, but and maybe even a Brock Lesnar. But
So what's the ticket price on this thing?
it's $100 on pay-per-view,
No
but
shit.
I'm sure a lot of people are going to stream it for free or, there's
Good
a
Lord, yeah.
there's a multitude of ways.
That or you're going to pop into your local bar and pay the $10 cover just
I
so you
don't
can
know.
stand in standing room only
But
bar.
I always read, and maybe someone listening can correct me if I'm wrong, but don't bars lose a ton of money when they do that because they have to have it on multiple screens, and
Not necessarily, because they can have it maybe one or two boxes hooked up to their plethora of TVs.
That's
and
very
just
true.
have to have a hub.
I just thought
So-
the more you split that, the more it made it worse. But
No, not at all. If
okay.
anything, they may lose money when it comes to people who forget to pay their bar tab. You know, because I remember like the last time there was a mega fight like this was Mayweather Pacquiao.
yes,
And I remember I went to a bar in Charlotte to watch this, and oh God, was that the worst decision I ever made? Not just because of the fight and everything. I'm not talking about that. It's just the bar that I went to. It ended up they were not counting heads, and so people it was like a $5 cover to get in.
I see.
But God, it felt like standing room only. You couldn't sit anywhere.
Yeah.
The entire place was packed. I mean, and we're talking 2 floors of a bar, completely packed. If you were going to get a drink, you better not start a cover. I mean, not start a tab. You might as well just buy your drinks then, or else you're going to be waiting until, Christmas to pay your tab. So I'm just one of those like, God, these fights, I don't know where I would go to watch it. And I sure as hell am not going to pay for it. And I'm not really going to try to find a pirated stream or anything like that. That's not worth my time.
Yeah, I'm I'm getting together with a bunch of people, so it's going to be cheap. But that's kind of what I suggest people do is just get together with a bunch of people. Also, the last time Mayweather fought 2 years ago against Pacquiao, for some reason, people just decided to buy it like right before the main event started. And when that happened, they decided to like delay the main event by like 45 minutes to an hour.
That's right.
And because there was this mad rush to like order it. So if you are going to order it, I suggest doing it as early as you possibly can, because that would, not that you'll get blocked out if you go late, but there could be that problem again where they'll delay it because the prelim, it's a complete 100% boxing card. So anybody that's like, the show is intriguing to me, Doug, because it's going to be bringing in a lot of mixed martial arts fans that probably don't pay attention to boxing very much. So I think that, and it's supposed to set the record. It's going to beat the record, supposedly, that Mayweather Pacquiao set. The gate's going to be huge. It's in Vegas. Showtime has been doing some excellent mini documentaries following both guys. Obviously, there's been a lot of drama and stuff with those press conferences they did in all the different cities, and then there's been some controversy with Conor sparring with Paulie Malignaggi and some of the footage that leaked out, and his whole team said that Conor basically fucked him up for 12 rounds, and Paulie said no, that didn't happen, and then they released a little clip of the footage where Conor drops him, and Paulie says no, I was knocked down, and so there's been but it's going to be interesting because I've been watching the mainstream coverage of it, and there's a lot of people that are talking about Conor McGregor that clearly have never watched him fight. And then there's people that know boxing really well and know Mayweather really well, and they're just not giving Conor a time of day. They're just saying, and not again, I'm not sitting here saying that I think Conor's going to go in there and win, but it is interesting to watch people like they know who Conor McGregor is like a person, but you can just tell by what they're saying that they've never watched this dude fight for a second. So
they know him as a character.
They know him as a character, but they don't know him as a fighter at all whatsoever. And I know it's very different sports. It's he's coming from a sport where you have to know how to box, how to kickbox, how to wrestle, how to go on the ground. He's basically fighting he's fighting a one-dimensional fighter in Floyd Mayweather, who's the best defensive boxer in the entire world. But that's why it's intriguing, because I don't know if you remember, I can't remember what year it was. It was at least 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, maybe more, when Randy Couture fought James Toney in the UFC, where they did the whole boxer versus mixed martial arts guy, and Randy just quickly took him down, and it was a joke. This is where this one's different. It's like a mixed martial arts guy coming into the boxing world and fighting the best defensive boxer of all time. So that's why I'm intrigued by it. Conor's a bigger guy. He's not going to fight like a traditional boxer, so that's why I want to watch it, just to see the mix of the styles. But by no means am I watching this expecting Conor McGregor is going to, win or knock him out or anything like that. It'd be amazing if that happens, but I just kind of want to watch it because it's a spectacle, and it's got my interest. And yeah, I was just
it sounds to me like 40 minutes of two guys staring at each other. Possible.
And that's kind of what happened for a while with Mayweather and Pacquiao. But I don't know. We'll see. It's, some people really liked Mayweather and Pacquiao. They thought it was a really good defensive fight. And,
don't get me wrong. I did not make that statement in regards to making fun of the Pacquiao Mayweather fight. No, as far as boxing being the closest equivalent, I think, to chess athletically.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. It was a good match.
Yeah.
But everyone, I think, is expecting with this McGregor Mayweather fight to be like, oh wow, MMA versus boxing, someone's going to get knocked out. No,
no, it's probably
not at all.
I just can't imagine, I guess because I'm such a big combat sports fan, I'm a big mixed martial arts fan. I will watch boxing if there's something that intrigues me. But it's weird when I see people like, oh, this is stupid. To me, this is going to be nothing like Mayweather and Pacquiao. Conor McGregor is not Manny Pacquiao. It's just not going to be. Who knows? Maybe after a couple rounds, it could turn into that. I don't know, but these dudes are going to go in there, and it's going to be, and now they've dropped the gloves from 10 ounces to 8 ounces. So now Conor's originally was saying that he was going to take care of Floyd in 4 rounds, and now he said I'll probably take care of him in 2. And it's just like the shit talking, and it's just fun. It brings a smile to my face. I'm going to get together with a gang of people next Saturday. It's going to be fun. So I was just curious if you were caught up in it, or if you're just kind of not so much, because it's going to be all over Facebook, Twitter, news, sport, everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. Yeah. So
I know I'm not going to be able to avoid it, so I might as well just try not to get swept up in the current, but maybe just wade my toes and not let the undertow suck me in.
Pretty much.
I'm interested in it, but I am not so much to that I'm going to start, analyzing techniques.
Oh, yeah.
Start questioning the validity of a YouTube video, or, question how old Mayweather is and can he still hang and something.
Sure.
I am just basically, I would like to tune in and then watch it while kind of doing my whole Mystery Science Theater stuff and just kind of make fun of it at the same time. That's kind of what I do.
Are you not entertained?
What are they fighting for?
I would
say, is there something that they're trying to win?
So it's kind of a prize fight, but I guess if I had to simplify it, it's that for a couple years now, there's been some jaw jacking between both of them, where Floyd said, mixed martial arts fighters aren't real fighters, and there's no way they could hang with a boxer and they would get destroyed. And then Conor would say, well, if Floyd had an actual, so Conor's contention is that if this was a real fight, Doug, he would basically kill Floyd in less than a minute. And I don't doubt him for any second, because Floyd's, while a very good boxer, is not a real fighter. He's just a boxer. So that it's hard for boxing fans to hear that. And the one thing Conor said, he goes, the difference between me and everybody else that's fought Floyd Mayweather is that they were afraid of him because they were simply boxing him. He goes, I can look at this man and I know for a second I can grab him by his neck and I could kill him if I wanted to in less than a minute. So he said, by no means, but he's also, he's understanding that, but then going into the boxing world where there's rules, there's bigger gloves, there's a referee watching little everything. You could have points taken away if you get too dirty. In boxing, if you get knocked out, you're given a 10 count. In the UFC or any other mixed martial arts promotion, if you get knocked out, the opponent has an opportunity to jump on that opponent and continue hitting until the referee decides to stop the fight. So that has me intrigued by it, just for simple shit that they've said back and forth. Not to mention that Floyd's like the best boxer in the history of the sport. If he wins this fight, Doug, he's 50-0. And I mean, he goes down as the best ever. He pretty much is the best ever right now. And it's a weird thing that he's taking a fight with a guy like Conor when he doesn't really have to. He could just, he was retired. So it's like, oh boy, like if Conor does I'm not saying he's going to, I'm just saying if he does, man, what does that do to Floyd's legacy? Do they then have to have a rematch if for some reason Conor pulls this thing off? Not to mention, Doug, that Conor's going to be making a little over $100 million for this fight. He never makes that much money for a mixed martial arts fight, so he could retire after this fight is over. Floyd's obviously making way more than that. He's just rich beyond means, but I don't know, man. That whole dynamic to me sells it for me. Maybe not for other people that are listening, but I can't wait to see it. I'm really excited about it. So, as if you couldn't tell by me talking about this.
Yeah. I'm not going to poop on your parade, dude. Yeah. No. Just just throw up your streamers and everything and dance with them like Finn Balor did tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
You can go ahead.
I'm sure a lot of wrestling fans are not feeling this fight, but I can't wait. So, I just wanted to see. I wanted to check in. See what you think.
No problem. I mean, I don't mind it. I'm interested in it. It's just I'm not with the fervor that you are.
Yes, not to the same degree.